Thank you.
gorgeous.
Oh, thank
I meant Corey.
you.
Sorry, I meant Corey.
Oh,
Ah,
sorry. Sorry. Yeah, whatever.
that's good. You wound that one up. That was very nice.
I mean, you're not supposed to compliment women, right? Aren't we? Because you never know whether or not they'll take it.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
all
well,
depends
yeah,
on how you do it.
Did you look bad before? Did you look?
yeah.
According to Mike, we have to, be very careful with who we compliment.
That's
That's
true.
right. Because if you say they look great, does that mean you're saying they
That's
didn't look great before?
something you saying they didn't look great before. No, these are landmines that any man could easily step on. Uh,
Yep.
Mike's ahead of the curve on these ones.
Elizabeth, were you always set to be a slimmer and trimmer live this season? Because you look fantastic. And of course, you looked even better before, but
Yeah, there you go. No, no. What ended up happening is gosh, probably about 2.5 years ago, I had a health scare and everything ended up being okay, but I just decided that I was gonna sort of try and look at things differently and act accordingly. So what ended up happening is last summer, when the writers' room started for season 4, I texted Chris Sheridan, our showrunner, and I said, "Hey, just a heads up, I've lost quite a bit of weight since season 3, which we shot a couple of years ago. And I don't know if you want to incorporate that in the show or not, but if you do, I have no problem with that." And then he and I sort of discussed some different ways that we might incorporate sort of acknowledging that Liv looked different in a way that was funny, but also sensitive to me as a person, but also to the audience watching who has dealt with dealing with their weight and all of those things. So it was finding that balance.
uniform looks great on you, the new one.
Oh, thank you. Polyester.
I
Woo!
also like this season to get to be in on the secret. I mean, and there's a little bit of a learning curve for Mike, but he gets in there and is part of like the inner circle of alien knowledge.
Yeah, I think it's pretty earth-shattering for Mike. I personally enjoyed it as the actor because so much of the sheriff's department had been cordoned off from the rest of the town for storytelling. That we over in the town hall, we kind of had our own little world. So now that these worlds have been merged, we as the cast get to be together more, which is always fun. But it's I think it's been a long time coming, and I think it's the perfect time for it. I think if we would have continued down this realm of we're chasing something, but we can't catch it. You either get to this place of, are you ever going to catch it, or just how bad a cops are these guys? You know what I mean? So, and I think Chris is brilliant in making sure that the show stays in alignment with the truest path of reality. And the reality is, this had to happen because the story couldn't afford to keep finding weird ways to make sure that these people weren't never learn what they learn. Because if they never learn it, then the stakes are never raised. Now you have this new component that's brought to the show where we're all working together collectively to protect each other from something more dangerous than the threat that Harry represented. And to do that, you're going to need everyone. So I thought that was really cool. That we kind of spent the 3 years leading up to this.
I want to carry on with that thread, Corey, because like, how is Sheriff Mike's ego in season 4 handling like the possibility, like you said, there's something going on in the town, and maybe Deputy Liv was right about certain things after all. Like, it's a lot for his ego to kind of process.
Yeah, I think that's probably been the biggest challenge for him is letting go of him thinking he knew everything. You can't tell somebody who knows everything anything. You know what I mean? And he just got his world changed. And I think what it's done with the dynamic between him and Deputy Liv is the reality is Deputy Liv's been right the whole time.
Hmm.
Right the whole time. And there's nothing that Mike sees as more telling of someone than are you right or wrong? And her being right this whole time, I think, has forced him beyond wanting to do it, but the sense of needing to acknowledge that she's been right this whole time. And they have that moment where I think he is legitimately disappointed in himself that he forced her to struggle so long to lead him to the truth. That is something that I think he is still trying to figure out what to do with. But the it is her and I'm getting too long in this answer, so I'm going to wrap it up. But it pretty much is her being.
Hmm.
I'm curious, Corey. You feel like Mike feels like it's sort of he's duped. He's been duped all this time. What is it about Ben's words that convince him to become sheriff again?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know that it's the mayor's words. I think it's probably Deputy Liv, and his sense of duty. Look, I think anybody in that situation would just need a minute. You know what I mean? Let me just have a minute to figure out like how I'm feeling about all of this stuff that has happened. But she's his rock, and she brings him back because they've discovered over this time that they need each other. What do you think, Liz?
They need each other.
There you go.
Yep.
There it is.
Liz and Corey, real
Sources
quick,
confirm. Sorry. Go ahead.
tease a spoiler for your character this season, for both of you.
Tease a spoiler.
Yeah.
You will get to see Liv do things uh, that you've never seen her do before, and
Ooh,
that she's never seen her do before.
wow.
Mm.
Um, Let me see. Mike is gonna partner with an unexpected partner over the course of this season, and for a brief moment in time that I think people can probably see coming in some ways, but I can only tease with so much. They give us stuff, and we're not supposed to tell you guys, so I can't tell you some stuff, but I told you stuff. I don't even think I'm supposed to tell you that they tell us not to tell you stuff. I think I've
Yeah.
already broken the rules.
I was just gonna say Corey hasn't sworn this entire interview, so I think it was due time.
Unfucking believable. You know?
This might have been the longest in Corey's history he's not sworn. So we thank you
Yeah.
for your
No,
duty.
I try to keep it. We're on at 11 p.m. now, so
As
I'm
you,
hoping that we can get a little, resident alien after dark.
there you go.